The Krillian hunting pack circled their prey with predatory precision. 6 massive beasts, each standing nearly 3 meters tall at the shoulder, their midnight blue fur rippling over corded muscle. Bioluminescent markings pulsed along their spines, nature's warning system that had evolved over millions of years on their Death World home planet. Their 6 eyes, arranged in pairs down each side of their elongated skulls, tracked every microscopic movement. Rows of crystalline teeth, capable of shearing through titanium hull plating, dripped with caustic saliva that hissed against the jungle floor. At the center of their tightening circle sat 7-year-old Emma Rodriguez, her small frame trembling, tears streaking through the dirt on her face. The Zeltharian slavers had dumped her here on Krillix Prime 3 hours ago, punishment for biting one of her captors during the raid on the human colony. They'd laughed as they sealed the shuttle door, telling her the Krillian apex predators would make her death quick. They were wrong about the quick part. The pack leader, a scarred female with one broken fang, took a step closer. Her growl resonated at frequencies that made Emma's bones ache. The creature lowered her massive head, sniffing, analyzing. The child prey smelled wrong, weak, fragile, utterly defenseless. No natural armor, no venom glands, no bioelectric discharge capabilities, just soft skin stretched over delicate bones. And yet, Emma did something that made the entire pack freeze. She stopped crying. The little girl's breathing steadied. Her hands, which had been clutching her torn dress, slowly lowered to her sides. She looked up at the pack leader, directly into those 6 predatory eyes, and spoke in a voice barely above a whisper. Good doggy. The Krillian hunting pack had terrorized this region for generations. They had faced down armored Gorthian warriors in single combat. They had dragged grown Zeltharian males from their fortified camps. They had even killed a juvenile Titan worm, a feat that entered planetary legend, but nothing in their evolutionary history had prepared them for this. Emma slowly extended one small hand toward the pack leader's snout. The logical part of her brain, the part that had absorbed countless safety lectures from her parents, screamed that this was insane. But another part, something deeper and more ancient, whispered that she understood these creatures, because humans had done this before. 30,000 years ago, her ancestors had looked into the eyes of wolves on Earth and seen not just predators but potential. They had extended hands to creatures that could have torn them apart, and in doing so, had forged the oldest alliance in human history. The pack leader's nostrils flared as Emma's fingers came within centimeters of her nose. Every muscle in the predator's body coiled, ready to strike. One snap of those jaws could end this bizarre interaction instantly. Instead, the great beast inhaled deeply. Humans, she discovered, smelled like nothing else in the known galaxy. There was fear, yes, but underneath something else. Something that carried echoes of countless generations, of a species that had somehow clawed its way from prey to apex predator on a world teeming with megafauna. A species that didn't survive through armor or venom, but through something far more dangerous: stubbornness, adaptability, and an inexplicable tendency to try befriending things that should terrify them. Emma's fingers made contact with the creature's snout. The pack leader's eyes widened. The child's hand was impossibly warm. Humans ran hot, their metabolism a furnace compared to most spacefaring species. The touch was gentle, careful, accompanied by soft cooing sounds that seemed to bypass the Krillian's conscious mind and speak directly to something primal. "It's okay," Emma whispered, her voice cracking with residual fear but growing steadier. "I won't hurt you. You won't hurt me. We're going to be friends." The pack leader made a sound that had never been recorded in any xenobiological database. A soft, confused whine. One by one, Emma touched each member of the pack. She whispered to them, stroked their massive heads, pressed her tiny form against their flanks, and slowly, impossibly, the apex predators of Krillix Prime began to respond. Tails, vestigial things that had evolved for balance during high-speed hunts, began to move in unfamiliar patterns. Ears pricked forward with curiosity rather than aggression. When the Zeltharian slavers returned 6 hours later, expecting to collect the child's remains, they found something that would later be classified as a Level 5 xenobiological impossibility by the Galactic Science Council. Emma Rodriguez sat atop the pack leader's back, her small hands tangled in midnight blue fur, while the 6 deadliest predators on the planet formed a protective circle around her. The slaver's shuttle had barely touched down before the pack attacked with coordinated fury that spoke of pack tactics refined over millennia, but now directed by new purpose. The slavers never made it back to their ship 3 months later. When the human rescue team finally tracked Emma's signal to Krillix Prime, they descended with full military escort, expecting the worst. Instead, they found a little girl living in a cave system, with her new puppies and 6 massive apex predators that treated her with the gentle devotion of nursery. Guardians, the xenobiologists, who examined the Krillian pack afterward, were baffled. Brain scans showed neural pathway restructuring consistent with domestication, a process that should have taken thousands of years of selective breeding. Behavioral analysis revealed the pack had begun exhibiting proto-social bonding behaviors previously thought impossible for their species. Dr. Sarah Chen, the lead researcher, would later write in her report, "We've always known that humans domesticated dogs. What we're seeing on Krillix Prime suggests something more profound, that the human capacity for interspecies bonding isn't learned behavior, but something encoded at a fundamental level. Given sufficient motivation and time, humans will apparently attempt to befriend anything, and sometimes, impossibly, they succeed." Emma eventually returned to human space, though she cried for days, leaving her pack behind. But the Krillians never forgot. The pack leader, whom Emma had named Shadow, would howl at the stars on clear nights, a sound that echoed across the valleys of Krillix Prime. And throughout the galaxy, other species began to understand something terrifying about humanity. They were the species that looked at apex predators and saw potential companions. They were the species whose first instinct, even in mortal danger, was to extend a hand in friendship rather than clench it into a fist. The galaxy had been right to fear humanity, just not for the reasons they'd expected.